So we are used to adding and subtracting. Stop playing with the manipulatives. We're used to adding and subtracting positive numbers. So really what this is about is learning to add and subtract negative numbers. What's positive 2 plus positive 3? Positive 5. What is positive 5 minus positive 4? Positive 1. What's positive 5 minus positive 6? Negative 1. Okay? So one of the ways to look at this is to look at a number line. Okay? There's our starting point. If we are subtracting positive 3, what way are we going? Left or right? Left. Minus positive 5 minus positive 3 is 1, 2, 3, positive 2. If we do positive 5 minus positive 6, we're still going the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to negative 1. What happens if I have on my number line positive 5 plus negative 6? Am I going to go to the left or to the right? How many spaces am I going to go to the left? Why 4 spaces? Where's 4 on that? But look at our numbers. These are the only two numbers we're dealing with. We're dealing with positive 5 and we're dealing with negative 6. Adding a negative and subtracting a positive are the same thing. So positive 5 plus negative 6 is the same as positive 5 minus positive 6.
So the minus cancels out the plus, basically?
Sort of. They're interchangeable. At this point, they're interchangeable. Okay? If you were dealing with a negative number, if I was starting at 0 and I needed to find negative 6, do I go to the left or to the right? To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So when I'm dealing with a negative number, I'm going this way on the number line, right? And when I'm dealing with a positive number, I'm going this way on the negative line, or on the number line. Positive 5 goes this way. Negative 6 goes this way. Right? Okay? So if I'm adding the two of them together, which one's bigger? The positive or the negative number?
The negative number.
So that means that our answer is going to have to be negative. Why negative 1? So when you look at 5 and 6, 6 is 1 bigger than 5, right? The fact that it's negative 6 means that the negative number is going to still be 1 different. Okay? So if I have now positive 9 plus negative 14, is my answer going to be positive or negative? Negative, because my negative number is bigger. And how much bigger is my negative number? It's 5 bigger, so my answer is negative 5. Okay? If you look at it on a number line, okay, I start at positive 9. There's positive 9. I go 14 this way, 14, and I end up at negative 5. This is using a number line. There are other ways to do this. These are called integer chips. The red side is the positive side. The yellow side is the negative side. Do 9 positive integer chips. What are we adding?
Positive 9?
Nope. We have positive 9. What are we adding? Yes.
Negative 14.
Okay. So we now have on the table, I like to call it, on the table we have 9 positive numbers and 14 negative integers. Now let's pause a moment and ignore this part over here, and we'll just turn this over. if this is my table, just that, what's on the table? Yes.
0.
Why 0?
Because they plus 1 plus negative 1 is just out.
They cancel each other out, right? A positive number plus the same negative number. Positive 1 minus plus negative 1 equals 0. 1 minus 1. So this is what we call net zero. So I want you to make now with this as many net zeros as you can. So all of these cancel each other out because that's 0, so I don't need it. That's 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and left on the table is negative 5. I'm going to write out a couple of questions, and I want you to figure them out using integer chips. And then I'm going to write out a couple of questions, and I want you to figure them out using numbers. So those are the 3 that you're going to figure out with integer chips. You should have this. You should have 9 yellow chips and 4 positive chips, red chips. Now, make your net zeros. Those don't count. What do you have left? Negative 5. Okay, positive 5 and negative 2. Remember, positive are the red, negative are the yellow. So you should have 5 red chips and 2 yellow chips. Make your net zeros. Positive 5 plus negative 2 equals positive 3, red chip. Negative 9 plus negative 3, right there.
Negative 12, right?
Make your net zeros. Oh wait, we can't. There aren't any red chips, so there are no net zeros. Negative 9 plus negative 3 equals negative 12. All right. Negative 2 plus negative 4. You draw a number line. 0. Where's negative 2 on this number line?
2 left.
2 to the left. Okay, so that's where I start. There's my starting point. And if I am adding negative 4, am I going to the left or to the right? To the left. How many spaces? I need to go 4 spaces. 2, 3, 4. So if this is negative 2, then that's negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So negative 2 plus negative 4 equals negative 6. Positive 3 is to the right of the 0. I am now adding negative 5, going to the left or to the right? To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, negative 1, negative 2. Positive 3 plus negative 5 equals negative 2. Positive 5 start at positive 5 plus negative 2, left or right? 2 spaces equals Now, if we look at this and we look at what we did before, I'm going to skip over this one. But if we look at this one, we've got 3 and 5. One's a positive number, one's a negative number. Which one's bigger? The negative number. So it's going to be a negative answer, which it is. What's the difference between 3 and 5? 2, so our answer is -2. Okay? Positive 5, -2. Which one's bigger? And by how much is it bigger?
3.
So our answer is going to be positive 3. Now, -2 plus -4. Is our answer going to be positive or negative? Negative. There's no positive numbers here, so it has to be negative. Because they're the same, we're not looking for the difference now. We're looking for the sum of the two numbers. We just keep going in the same direction we were going. So 2 and 4 is 6, so our answer is -6. It's the same thing if we're doing positive numbers. If this was +2 plus +4, is our number going to be positive or negative? Our answer? Positive. We have no negative numbers. They're both positive, which means we put them together and we get +6. If you're using a vertical one, you go down for negative numbers. So -9 is down here. +4, you're going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, which equals -5. Right?
Yeah.
+5 plus -2 equals +3. -9 plus -3 equals -12. Okay, so you just keep going down. You need to know that opposite integers are two integers that make a net zero. Meaning the positive value and the negative value of the same number. +2, -2. +45, -45. Okay, they make a net zero.